Known today as one of the internet's most beloved comedians, Theo Von helped kickstart his comedy career in a highly unconventional way: prank texting.
6 months ago, I get a random text message on my phone from a phone number that I don't know. It says, "Hey, it's Wanda." Okay, so I write back, "Wanda who?" And she writes, "Duh, Wanda, your cousin." Now, obviously, she has the wrong number, okay? But also, she has the wrong fucking person because I have tons of free time. So I write back, "What's up, shawty?" And for 6 months, she and I have been texting. She thinks I'm her cousin, and I actually have a godnephew now named Damari, who's gonna be 2 years old in May. So it's kind of like a big time for our family. This is so much fun just texting random people that I'm just gonna text every number in the world because I have unlimited text and I have total free time. So since then, I'm not joking, I've texted over 10,000 numbers on this phone right here. I've gotten into relationships. I've been a man, I've been a woman, I've started blood drives. I'm running religious groups all across the country. I'm doing an elementary school ROTC program right now in Seymour, Indiana. That's fucking blowing up, okay? Insane shit. And then I take the best ones and put them on a website. It's called Crank Text.
It might not sound like much at first, but back in the early days of online humor, the screenshots of these interactions Theo Von was having with complete strangers over text was first-class entertainment. And pretty soon, it was common to see crank text screenshots not just on Theo's website, but all over the internet, on platforms like Reddit, Twitter, and iFunny.
I would text a group of people, and I would be like, "Oh, Ricky won 3rd place," and I would get a picture of an Asian kid with a trophy and just send it to all of them in a mass text, right? And so somebody would be like, "Who's Ricky?" Right? And somebody would be like, "Take me off this chain," right?
Yeah.
And somebody would be like, "Oh, bless his heart, man." And then somebody else would be like, "Who in the fuck is this, man?" And I'd be like, if some of you guys cared, if you had been there, if you cared more, you'd have been there to see him win, right?
Yeah.
So anyway, I get in this crazy conversation with people, and I would just save them and put them online. Anyway, fast forward.
That was your idea?
Right, that was my idea, right? This is probably a decade ago. So Howie Mandel was looking for somebody to host a prank show.
Yeah.
So I had done this for years, man. I'd spent a ton of money paying people to edit them up. Spent a ton of time, ton of time. And he's like, "Oh, I like your prank website." And so that's how I got a job hosting his prank show.
Theo once said in an interview that he probably ended up sending over 40,000 prank text messages between the years of 2009 and 2012. But that number is astronomically larger now, because despite his insane career growth since Crank Text started over a decade ago, Theo Von still owns the domain to the Crank Text website and will still post an occasional text interaction to this day, although he admittedly has a lot less free time than before.
Any bad horror stories that happen from any of those?
I've gotten insane pictures. I've had people audition for Civil War reenactments and sending pictures of them and their kids and fucking old school regalia. I was in a relationship with a guy for like 6 months who works in a Ralph's. He thinks I was a 22-year-old woman stuck at a mental health facility in Shawnee, Oklahoma. I got a guy who I kept telling him that people were donating blood in his name around the country.
Do you ever plan out the text, or is it just like improv, spontaneous?
It's improv, spontaneous.
Theo Von has come a long way since his days of spending all his free time prank texting random numbers. His podcast This Past Weekend is commonly topping the charts all over the world, and almost any show on earth would be honored to have Theo Von sitting in their guest chair. His stand-up career is booming too, selling out theaters all over the world. Theo Von's story isn't over yet, but it is wild to think a random text from a lady named Wanda helped spring this massive career into action, one that throughout the years has brought joy to hundreds of thousands of people.
I remember the first cell phone bill I ever got. It was for like $7,000, right? I didn't realize you couldn't just use your phone as much as you wanted. I thought I got this bitch, man. I had 100 minutes, dude. Okay? Like 100 minutes when cell phones came out. It was just enough minutes to really realize you cannot afford a cell phone, man. Every call you had to be like, hey, it was almost like you were in that movie where you have like, there's like a timer and it's going to blow up or something.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.